Welcome to another episode of RADTV Presents Live at 525 here on CCTV, Channel 17, Chittenden County, Channel 17, right? We are Rights and Democracy. We're a grassroots, people-powered organization committed to creating a long-lasting, independent political movement for fundamental change. And so we do this monthly show and bring you up to speed with what we've been working on. This month we're going to be focusing specifically on the primary election that's coming up very soon, a couple of weeks from now. I'm joined this week by Jubilee Mcgill. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yeah, yep.
My name is Jubilee Mcgill. I am very involved with RAD. I am a member of the leadership committee. I have served on the Raise Up Vermont campaign. Did a lot of work around raise the wage and the paid family and medical leave insurance, and some work on the misclassification of workers and a few other things we're gonna be working on in addition to those next year. I am a property manager for the Addison County Community Trust. It's a nonprofit affordable housing agency in Addison County. So I've got a pretty good grasp of, what poverty does, it's like in living in poverty in Vermont. I'm also a member of the Movement Politics Committee, and we'll talk more about that later. And I am very involved in the Addison County organizing team for Rights and Democracy. So thanks for having me.
Local organizing teams going.
Yes,
strong.
yes,
That's good.
they're important.
You guys have been doing really a lot of work, actually.
Yes, yes, we have.
Being, not having the population.
Yeah,
yeah,
we're very spread out, so there's
great.
been some challenges, but we're figuring it out.
Nice work, and thanks for doing so much with all the other stuff too.
Yes.
So like I said earlier, we're going to be talking about the primary election coming up on August 14th. And so what that is an opportunity for candidates to get on the ballot in November. And so everyone that we have all been paying attention to, coming up from the grassroots level, and actually what we've spoken about before on the show, our Movement Politics campaign, trying to get people locally to speak up for their communities, and if they feel like it, to step up and run for office. So we've actually got an opportunity in these primaries to get a couple people on the ballot for November that have never been on the ballot before, and that are really doing some great things to help our revolution move along. So some of the choices that are going to be on the ballot, they're just such a huge range, all the way from U.S. Senator and Representative for Congress and Governor for the, representing our whole state, down to more local situations like probate judge, assistant judge, state's attorneys, sheriffs, and so it's just so much choices that we can look at for this primary election. And also, you can take a look at your sample ballot for your district and your county. I took a look at mine, and I've got a lot of different choices to make, so it's always good to kind of introduce yourself to that before you show up there. I don't know if that's something that you do.
Yeah, definitely. Take a look at your sample ballot, look at the different names, research them. It's really, really important. And it's great that they make the sample ballots kind of available beforehand, so you have that opportunity.
So also along the lines of that, there's different methods of voting. So you can always do an early voting, absentee voting, or in-person voting on the day on August 14th. The early voting can be done by going down to your town clerk and requesting a ballot. You can take that home and mail it back in later, or you can fill it out there. The absentee voting can be done by requesting the ballot be mailed to you, and you can even do a situation where if you're sick or homebound on the day of the election, you can request somebody to come and deliver you a ballot. You can fill it out and they'll take it back to the polls for you. So it's very accessible. If you want to figure out anything about any of these options, you can visit State of Vermont voter information website. Just go into any search engine, State of Vermont voter information website. And so that should take you to a place where the Secretary of State has set up that gives you options and access to all these different methods, and also to information about finding your specific polling location. So if you're not somebody who has been participating in the voting process for a long time, like I always look forward to going to my particular polling station on the day, but it's so accessible to you however you want to participate. And please participate.
It's so important. Yeah, my tradition is I always take my daughter. The first time we were released from the hospital, she was just a couple days old, and I took her with me to the polls
Oh, that's awesome.
on our way home. So there's so many ways to vote, you know, even if you have to work or you're sick, please figure out a way to vote. Make a plan, get out there and do it.
Yeah, and also along the lines of that is registration. You can get registered also on that website. They can show you how to register it. Also, just down at your town clerk's office, they can get you registered down there. At any time, if you're watching the show and you want to talk to either of us about anything here or make a comment, you can call us at 862-3966. 862-3966. Please call in if you feel like so inclined. So next thing we're going to chat about is Rads endorsement process and the Movement Politics Committee. And so it's something that we've spoken about many times in the past, our endorsed candidates, and actually in 2016, for this same round of elections in November, every 2 years. So in 2016, we endorsed 37 candidates, and 20 of those candidates won their seats, which was really awesome for us to see. And we're going to endorse even more this time around. So, Jubilee, you've been really involved with this.
I am a member of the Movement Politics team, so I've been very involved with this process. We already released our first round of endorsements. These were people who we call kind of no-brainers. They were people we endorsed last year, or just incumbents who have really been champions for rad causes. Things like workers' rights, healthcare, the environment. And then there's a bunch of new people running, and a lot of these are very active RAD members. So we're pretty happy to see them step up and be champions this next legislative session. So I'm just going to go over and read our first round of endorsements. Kick it off. Statewide, we have Bernie Sanders, no-brainer, and Dave Zuckerman for Attorney General. He's also a statewide office. The rest are, done by district. For Senate, we have Dustin Tanner running in Franklin County. And then we've got a bunch of people running for House this year, which is really, really exciting. We've got Mari Cortez in Addison 4, Barb Wilson in Addison Rutland County, Kaya Morris in Bennington 2-2, Scott Campbell in Caledonia 3, Celine Coburn in Chittenden 6-4, Brian Cena in Chittenden 6-4, Diana Gonzalez in Chittenden 6-7, Kate LaRose in Franklin 3-1, Mike McCarthy in Franklin 3-1, Kelly Cummings in Franklin 6, Cindy Weed in Franklin 7, Susan Hatch Davis in Orange 1, Heather Stevenson in Rutland 5-1, Gina Ottoboni in Rutland WDR 1, Tom Stevens in Washington Chittenden, and Emily Kornheiser in WDH 2-1. And so I'm sorry if I butchered any names or districts, but look these people up. They have been champions for rad causes, and we really, really want to support them in this primary. And I can talk a little bit about the process. So those were our no-brainer endorsements. We actually, all RAD members, today in your email, you should have received an email from us, and this is going to be our second round of endorsements. And these ones you will get to vote in. So check your email and please vote on those endorsements this weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, so far we've got 19 candidates endorsed, 16 for the state house seats, and as Jubilee just mentioned, I got an email earlier. Every RAD member should have gotten one. Do you happen to know how many people that is? It's around the state, right? Every RAD Vermont member.
Yeah, RAD member, and we don't want to. We want everyone to be able to be a member. So you can be a RAD member by donating like your time, your money. If you've worked events, anything like that. It doesn't just you don't have to just donate. We understand people come from all different income levels. So just coming out, helping out in an event, we all need to pitch in. So there's a lot of ways to become a member.
And a lot of the times there's a box on the petitions too that says, I want to become a member. So maybe some number, I don't know how many members we have around the state. I've heard 2,000 in Burlington, but all the same. So we're not sure.
I should know the number. I do not.
Well, that's all right. We all got those emails, and we'll support anybody. You get in touch with us quickly, tonight, tomorrow, all that stuff, and you can join up, become a member. If you are a member and you didn't get the email, then get in touch so that you can participate, because we really do encourage. If you are a member, that's what we want, is not only, hey, if you want to run for a town clerk or for a Senate seat or something, go do that. But no, we want you to participate in our democratic process too, as we try to promote that in all of our different aspects. I got an email today. It's we're going to participate this weekend, and I'm looking forward to it. So next we can talk about a little bit supporting candidates that you believe in and that you know about. Please get out there and do that, and that can be, anything from making phone calls for them on their caller lists, or talking to local business owners or friends of yours, family, anybody in your communities. Wherever you're at, and just letting them know good things about people that you support, because we all know that political discourse is kind of hard when we get into either this person's better than this person for some reason, or kind of a competition. You just say good things about the people that you believe in, and let that kind of be what it is. I think that's a good way to go about it. But so this is our chance to really do that. Sorry. Did you
just some great, call. You have a candidate you support. Contact their campaign and say, hey, what do you need? I know I don't always have money to give, but there's tons of ways you can help. You can, share those posts on social media, like you said. Talk to your friends. Talk to your family. Phone bank, look for a phone bank. Consider hosting your own phone bank. Really, it can just be you in your living room, or you can find a public space and have some friends join you. Canvassing. So many ways you can help beyond just donating, and it's very, very important. A lot of campaigns are doing this without, accepting large donations. And really being mindful of where their money is coming from to hold themselves accountable. So they need a lot of help.
We're trying to support people that aren't getting a lot of money from lobbyists and big industry.
Yes.
If we want the grassroots thing to work, we got to be that voice for them instead of letting all this money. Yeah.
Other candidates might have money, but people power is just as powerful and can make just as much impact. So get your...
More effective, I think, in Vermont, as we do have rather small communities in comparison to some of the other states.
Yeah.
So, talking to people, Yeah, and then so this is the chance now, right? So we want to see change happen now, but 6 months from now and a year from now is when we're going to be able to start to see the change that that we're going to work for in these primaries. So we want to get people onto the ballot in November so that they can get elected in November so that they can be doing the work that we want them to do 6 months from now. If that continues to happen year after year, every 2 years, 10 years from now, we're going to have a lot better situation going on.
Quite the movement. That's how you build a movement.
That's what we're doing, right? Slowly but surely. So next I was going to chat about the Gubernatorial Forums.
Yes.
Have you been to any of the ones that we've had so far?
I have been.
Okay.
I went to, I've watched pretty much every one I can online, and then I was at the one in Rutland with Nina Turner.
Cool.
So that was very special.
Tell us a little bit more about that. I heard about it. I wasn't there.
It was great. It was so hot, very, very hot, but it was wonderful. Nina was feeling kind of, down at the time, and Nina Turner just has a way of lifting you up and getting you ready to fight. Yeah. So I am so happy I made it. And it was great to learn about all the candidates. But I think I learned something new. I mean, I've watched a lot of these forums, and I think I've learned something new about each candidate each time I watch. So even if you've already seen one, I definitely suggest trying to make it in person if you can, or at least watching them online, because I believe they will be live streamed.
Oh,
I think they have.
I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully they'll be live streamed. Don't hold me to it.
I think they would be.
It would be very smart of us.
So yeah, there will be more forums coming up. I know that in the past, I think 2 years ago when we were going through this, that I noticed a couple of opinions or statements alter a little bit from forum to forum based on what some of the other candidates were saying. So have we seen a little bit of that so far?
I think so.
A little.
I'll let everyone judge for themselves, but I think people's positions have definitely been nudged, and I think that says a lot of importance, about what we're doing, because it's been to the left.
That's great. That's great. So we had a couple. Nina Turner was around. That's fantastic. Thanks for coming to Vermont and helping us out and talking about the revolution. It's great. So we do have some more coming up. The first one coming up actually will be sponsored by CCTV and Vermont Digger. And so we'll do something like that. And so that'll be coming up on August 2nd, right here. And then later on, we're going to have another forum on August 4th. This one will be Rights and Democracy and other nonprofits that have pulled together to partner together to provide these. This one will be in Barrie on August 4th, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the Church of the Good Shepherd. And so we'll have some more information about that on the website if you want to get in touch with us. And then the next one will be the next night on August 5th from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. in St. Albans at the St. Albans City Hall. And so I guess Democratic candidates Brenda Siegel, Christine Hellquist, James Ellers will be available to answer your questions about what they'll do. And then we've also reached out to other candidates, Ethan Sonborn, Keith Stern, and Phil Scott to attend. And Governor Scott has declined the invitation. So we've got a couple of more forums coming up. Those are helpful. As we mentioned, they really do bring out some of the different light that you may not have seen before from different candidates when they've been saying different things as they're talking by themselves to the people. You get into a forum, it's pretty neat. So you can check out this one on TV here or some of the other ones. It's great coming out going and sitting in the audience and writing down your questions and then having them bring them up there and then having your question read to the candidates. So show up and participate. It's really neat. So.
Start thinking of your questions now. I'm not.
Oh yeah.
I'm not good on the spot coming up with questions.
Yeah.
So if you're like that, start thinking about the things you really want to know, what's important to you, and jot it down and bring it with you. This is your chance to get involved and really make the choice, and it's so important that you show up.
Yeah.
So important.
So important. So important to show up, right? So because what we're trying to do here, and this is the next thing we want to chat about, was something called a veto-proof majority. You want to talk a little bit about why that's important for our campaigns as we've been trying to...
Yeah. Well, I was on the Raise Up Vermont kind of campaign group. We did a lot of work around raising the wage to $15 an hour and paid family and medical leave. So
2.5 years?
Yeah. So, I mean, I personally, there was public testimony. I did some testimony in kind of private committees. So many people worked so hard, and we got it through the House, both of them. We got them through the House, we got them through the Senate, and then they went to Phil Scott's desk, and he refused to sign them. So there was a lot of hard work for naught. And so having a veto-proof majority would be really, really beneficial next legislative session. Hopefully we'll have a new governor who will be more open and listen to what the majority of Vermonters want. But if that's
more
not
logical.
if that's not the case, we really we did have a veto-proof majority in the Senate, but unfortunately not in the House. So those names I read, those are our champions. We're going to have a few more to announce once this round of voting is over. But we need to get those people into office so that we can have a veto-proof majority and make progress in Vermont, no matter who our governor is.
Yeah, I was just saying, connect on Facebook, connect on
Yes.
Twitter. You'll get updates from us a lot quicker than waiting for the show to come around once a month, though we try to do our best. So that's pretty much all that I guess I was gonna plan to talk about for this show.
Yeah.
Did you have anything else that you were trying to get out there for the people?
Trying to think of rad events. When is it? There are some rad events coming up. I cannot think of the dates right now, but find us on Facebook and go to our event page. There's some cool community things happening, and we also just post a lot of kind of intertwined issues and ways you can get out. People we've worked with in the past, like Migrant Justice and all sorts of groups. So we always, Peace and Justice Center, so many great organizations in Vermont. So really watch our social media and just get out there, get involved. It's fun. You meet a lot of cool people, and it's social just as much as it is making
start
change.
to happen.
Yeah.
And it's feel good stuff. We're not trying to promote anything that's not a good thing for people. Trying to make communities better. It's important, and so these opportunities come around once in a while. Get out there for the primary. It's coming up right now. So thanks for watching. Thanks, Jubilee, for being on the show.
No problem.
Thanks to Rights and Democracy for doing all the work that they do, organizing everybody, getting the forums together. Thanks to CCTV, doing everything. Awesome.